we're here.
Hey, I can hear myself.
Yo, yo.
Hey, this is Input Unknown. Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
My name is Casey. I am also Gene Starwind online. If you ever look me up, I'm on Instagram. To my right is...
I am Gigi Napa, also known as Lauren, or vice versa, however you want to do it. I don't care. Just say hi.
Yeah, and we'll shoot over to the red suit.
Can Mick
Yeah, what's up?
say hi?
Hello!
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm going to take this helmet off now.
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
We actually can hear you in the headset.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Hey, what's up? I'm Mick, and my headphones are backwards. I don't think that made
Perfect.
a
Perfect
Must
plan.
be right. Must be right.
Let's see. I'm Mick, at Mick Marquez on Instagram and Twitter, X, whatever. Add a
Twitter.
V
It's
at the end
Twitter.
of
Just gonna say
for X.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's always Twitter.
Yeah.
Screw it.
And we have a special guest today.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everyone calls me Giorgio. No, I'm just kidding. My name is Jamal, and Jamali Wally on Instagram. But yeah, that's pretty much me. I don't have many cool credentials or anything. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I don't think I have any either. I'm just here.
You are technically second host to this show. As though I kind of started off and provide the space, you're really the facilitator of a lot of the questions and the conversation. So I always appreciate you having you on the show here with me.
Well, much
'Cause
appreciated.
It's a hard job. I'll just say that. It's a hard job. All right. The purpose of this show is it's unknown. Like we don't know what anybody brought as a topic, and could be anything. And we have no like order of who goes first. It's kind of just whoever wants to go first. I think I'm gonna go first for one pure reason, which is what happened today in this work environment.
Yes.
The building that we have this studio in was under some electrical construction where they were doing some digging for another reason nearby, and those crew, them's peoples, busted a power line and knocked out half the power in the whole building last week. So, like, just imagine some of your plugs in the walls work, but not all of them. So
You have to guess.
It was very strange. It's very annoying to deal with, especially in this office, because half the stuff worked and half the stuff didn't.
Yeah.
My office down the hall here actually was fine. I didn't have any problems,
Nice.
which was nice. But they needed to fix that problem because it was bad. They needed to get that fixed. So today, this morning, from it was probably like 8 o'clock in the morning till maybe just an hour ago, the whole building had no power. So I went under the assumption that the show must go on. So we're running essentially this whole show off of battery power from we have an ATEM Mini here just off camera, a bunch of cameras, the router that we're using to send out to the internet. It's all essentially off power, battery. A couple things I plugged in because we had power. I added an extra light. And then I plugged in one of the cameras just because the battery was half dead when I turned it on earlier.
Oh, did it?
So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that battery went a little quicker than I thought. But yeah, this whole show is essentially remote, which is really cool because then I could do this setup elsewhere, minus I'd have to figure out how to do the mics. The mics are all basically the same. The only difference is we're going directly into these cameras rather than into a soundboard that has a mix than going into the show. So it's a little different in our setup this time. We compromised with simplifying the look. As you see here, we got 2 cameras always on. There's no switching. There's no tight shots of any of
not
our
this
people.
time.
Not
this time.
So that being said, and knowing the power situation, here's a fun question.
Sure.
If the power goes out for you, say at home, we'll say that.
Okay.
How long do you feel like you could go before you go go insane? Like, I need power to function in this day and age.
That's a good question.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
You're saying 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I lose my mind.
You have
I
your
have my phone, but I need my PlayStation 5 on. I need multiple things on to focus.
Really?
That's how I am. That's how like my mind operates. I need chaos
Yeah.
around me to be like hyper focused.
Kind of like an organized chaos type
Exactly.
of thing.
Yeah. It's
2
weird. So
minutes?
yeah, if I'm stuck on my phone and just not doing anything, like
Man.
years are gonna go by, and
Whoa.
I'm gonna have kids and not like what
What?
happened?
It's
what-
like the
what
episode
happened?
Well, you
from
have a dog,
Adventure
right?
Time.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have a dog,
seriously.
so
I have
like
a dog.
you could go outside and do stuff outside.
That's true.
True.
Or you can take a
True.
drive.
There
But
is
my
life
dog
out there.
is lazy.
Are you sure it's your dog that's
My
lazy?
dog is lazy.
Uh-huh.
My dog is super lazy. He likes to sleep. He likes to chill. He does like to go out on nice walks, and he does
Yeah?
he loves his walks. But
Hmm.
get him out there too long, he's like, all right, I'm
That
ready
was
to go
fun,
home
Dad.
now.
Let's go inside, please.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Wolf.
He's like a cat dog.
A cat dog. I love that. Cat dog.
It's interesting that you say this topic because what is it?
You want
I-
to put it?
Yeah, we
put
gotta pull that mic a little closer to
Oh,
you.
okay, my bad.
Or get closer to
No,
it.
it's all good.
Okay. What did you call it? Last, I think December. Yeah, December. I had an issue with my fridge in that it wasn't getting power. Like one of the fuses of our house, like electric
Yes.
fuses, like went out, and like we had to basically like throw out all the stuff in the fridge,
No.
and then we had to transfer the stuff in the freezer, in like the freezer part section, like to like our second freezer.
Yeah. Was
So-
there power in your second
Yeah,
freezer?
no, everything was fine. It was just that one plug for the fridge that was out.
Oh.
For like
Wait,
it was.
how did you know that? Did you know when it was already too late? Or
No,
was it
I,
like
I
a-
noticed when I didn't hear the hum of the fridge because the fridge like has a hum to it.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
kicks
I'm
in.
like,
yeah.
it's too quiet in here. I don't know, like
Something's
something's
wrong.
off. And then, yeah,
Something's wrong. My sense
because I would
is-
like reset the breaker. It would like power on for a sec, and then like after a while, like the fridge just like I guess it like got overloaded, and we just had to replace the fuse.
interesting.
And like we couldn't get like there it was like a fuse that was like it was. We had to get an electrician, but like we couldn't get an electrician like soon enough.
Mhm.
So it like we had that issue for like a week, and it was annoying.
Oh
it was
my
so
goodness,
annoying.
a week.
But okay, so if it without like food spoiling and stuff, like I could probably last however much my phone battery is right now.
So
Yeah.
if you have a fully charged battery,
charged
so that's
battery,
about
like-
like
like
roughly 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, depending on the use.
If you're not using it
Yeah.
constantly, right?
You put it on the low battery mode, so as soon as you move it away, it turns itself
it
on.
turns
right?
Yeah.
it on, yeah.
I just had the thought of you got to get anything out of the fridge. It's like, okay,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Luckily it was winter, so we just put a bunch of stuff outside.
That's not
So we
bad.
did like didn't have to throw a whole bunch of stuff out away, but like yeah,
Mm.
That's a cool thing about being in Alaska. Just like living here in the winter. You just like,
Yeah.
oh,
yeah. You have
oh,
a second
yeah.
freezer.
Yeah.
Dude,
just put stuff outside.
I don't know how many times we'll be like, all right, we're gonna go buy ice cream. It's winter. All right, we don't have any room for the freezer. Just put it
Leave it
outside.
outside, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a cool thing about too. Like up in Utqiagvik, they have like
Uh-huh.
they'll leave their skins. They'll leave like even a whole carcass outside.
Oh, for the hunting stuff.
Yeah, for
right?
hunting,
Yeah.
and they just like it's just chilling.
It preserves.
Yeah, it
It's-
preserves pretty well.
It's nature's freezer,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cool. It's interesting to see too. You'll see like skulls and stuff laying around. You're like, what the?
See, I would love to see like a scene where, like a comedy scene where someone just randomly comes up to like a village up in Alaska. They see the carcasses, the skulls, and in the wintertime they're like, is there like a Wendigo coming out? Nah, bro, just came back from hunting.
Yeah,
It's just like,
that's just yesterday's kill, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
reminds me. I was listening to a podcast somewhere. They were talking about like, oh, he has a second freezer. Like
Yeah.
that's a serial killer freezer. I'm like, that, if you're an Alaskan, that's just kind of normal.
If you don't
yeah.
have fish,
Oh,
Yeah.
bear, or moose in that freezer,
yeah,
they're serial
they're
killers.
the
There's
serial
a chest
killer.
100%.
freezer
chest
in,
yeah.
in garages.
Yes.
Like,
That's like-
And you have
Everyone has
lime
that.
and a shovel. Yeah,
Dude, my
I'm raising questions.
My
bro.
family has always had at least 2 to 3 big freezers because my family loves fishing. So
Mm.
always it's filled with to the brim with fish, meats, just even
Humans.
like no. Well, we'll pass that. We'll pass that question
Sure.
right there.
no.
But
that's the answer. no.
So just having that second or third freezer is it's almost so needed here in Alaska.
Oh yeah,
Because of the amount of fish you can get,
Mhm.
the amount
yeah.
of
You have
wild
friends.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can always ship that down to the lower 48s, which I know my family does that a lot. Or if we
Yep.
are,
Yeah, like moose
Willing.
sticks or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
or just like fish fillets, like halibut and things
Yeah.
like that. We do that a lot. But I know we've had moments where we've had power go out, and we would be like, "Shit,
Yeah, all that
we
food.
is
just
all that food, all that
gone.
fish."
That's happened to us
Mm.
before. Our freezer downstairs just got unplugged,
Oh, what?
and then all that food in there, because I guess we were like moving stuff around in the garage, and I guess one of the boxes
Oh.
hit the
Yeah.
plug off the wall.
Just
Mm.
enough unplugged that you
Yeah.
thought it was in, but
And
it
it's-
wasn't.
It's one of those high up there plugs
Oh,
too.
that's
So
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang,
yeah,
that's wild.
Huh.
Um,
My dad has always had a second fridge in the garage, and
Yeah.
it only has alcohol in it. That's the
Really?
only thing in there. Any kind of
Mm.
alcohol. That's just where that always lived. So it would just be outside of the normal fridge because that's all
Yeah.
for food.
oh, that's fair. I've known some families, mainly some of my family,
Hmm.
also have the freezer. Well, actually, it's not just been booze. Like, if there's space, everything goes in there. Fish,
It
ice
fits.
cream, meat,
a leg.
Mhm.
a leg.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what kind of leg, but yeah. So things like that. But to answer the question, such a weird coincidence you bring this up because I messaged you guys.
Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was like
right.
a couple days ago.
That's right.
My neighborhood actually had power go out, like real crazy. Like, luckily it was in the middle of the day, so it wasn't terrible.
That was last
Mhm.
week, right?
It was last week.
Yeah, it was the power grid over in Girdwood was like getting hit
Is
with
that
wind.
what it was?
Yeah,
I don't know
so,
why.
So
it
a
was
lot of
happening.
people sounds
So
like
a
they
lot of
lost
people
power.
got affected.
So when it was so funny because me and my roommate Cole, we were up in the kitchen. I was just making some food because I was hungry. Luckily, it's a gas stove, so we don't have to worry about the power cutting out and messing up anything. And
So you just have to worry about the house blowing up.
yeah, it's fine.
That's not so bad.
We don't have lighting matches anywhere
Yeah.
yet, but but what it was he plugged in the vacuum, and as he had just turned it on and was vacuuming the floor, the power goes out. So we're like,
Oh,
did the break?
like break.
Speaking of,
No, we ran out of light.
wow!
power.
Right as I
This is awesome. All right, let me
So
go.
it's
Let me go affect
definitely
that.
happening.
when-
It's on a battery, mind
It's
you.
happening.
it's
So
fine. It's fine.
It probably just died.
We just got dimmer. That's such a weird This is a week of weird coincidences.
It's a live
for
show
me.
for you.
But when that happened, I was like, okay, so the power just went out.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been the breaker. Maybe some things were on too much. Shit, that sucks. So we started looking around, and we're like, okay, so the Wi-Fi is out, everything's out, and then I started going on my phone to kind of see things.
Mm-hmm.
So I have AT&T. The entire internet on AT&T was bogged down.
Oh, geez.
Like, everyone was. Oh, did you look at the light?
No, it was missing.
Oh,
Just
I look at
being
the light
extra.
all the time. I do it by. Oh my god. Okay, I'm looking away. Okay, it didn't turn on. Because I do a weird thing where if a light's turning on, I accidentally look like a moth to the flame. But so we checked. Breaker was not down. It was not set off. So I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? I tried to go on my phone. Everyone on AT&T was just on the internet. Yeah, such a cool cup. And I was like, what's going on? What is happening? Then we learned that the Huffman area, and I guess now we learn even the Girdwood area was affected by this stuff. So we were like, oh, shit. So I messaged you guys
Mhm.
about it. And I think after I messaged you, God damn it, I literally looked again. I think when I messaged you guys, I was already going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think it was about like half an hour to an hour, because I was like panicking. I didn't know what was going on. So if power went out like that again, I would do the same thing. I would be panicking
Right.
because I'm like, okay, is there anything I need to save? I was like, is the water out? Right? Is it more than just the power? And then I'm like, okay, now I just made food, but I need to put it away. I can't just leave it out. Am I gonna be able to have enough time? Like, is it gonna last long enough to where I can still keep going in and out of the fridge and not lose anything? And it was also a sunny day that day.
Yeah, warm.
So it actually was warm enough to start messing with the fridge outside. So I was like, oh shit, how do I What do I
Mhm.
do? So I think
Yeah.
I think in that case, in that doomsday scenario where Y2K comes in like 20, 30 years late,
So less than a day.
less
Less
I
than
would
a
less
day.
than a day
Less than a
easily.
day. Yeah, I think for me it could last probably a day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just based off of things, right?
Yeah.
Most of my life revolves around tech.
It's
So, but a lot of the stuff can rerun off of batteries. But it's the problem of, is the batteries charged before the power goes out?
yes.
That was the thought today. Was like, how many of these batteries are actually charged? And most of them were. A couple were about half charged, and that one was fully charged. The one that did go out.
yeah.
But I had it on while I was setting up stuff, so I didn't think to check it
Mm.
before before we started. So right now it's on the power of the actual building.
Nice. So that was another thing I was gonna ask too, kind of a bit of a caveat to your question, like where it's like, how long do you think you could last? How long do you think you could last if you're working on something on your computer?
Oh, you're screwed.
Yeah,
In our,
'cause, like,
in our career field, man.
yeah,
Like if none of the power's working,
yeah,
none of your
'cause-
tech's working, you can't do your job.
exactly.
I-
What do you want me to do?
yeah,
Like sit there and just
it's
draw
tough.
you? Oh, I need headshots. Okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, how terrifying that is. Even that, to add even more panic to it, is that
Mhm.
let's say I'm working on something on the computer where it's a big project or something like that, and suddenly, pew, power out.
Well,
Power
back to
gone.
manual labor, and Casey
Yeah.
and I are screwed.
Yeah,
I was
I
thinking,
think
like,
it's
Yeah,
like, I
I'd
was-
say
oh, yeah,
I
go.
could still do a lot of the work. Like
yeah,
I haven't plugged this thing in yet, and I've been using it all day. It's
yeah.
got more than 50% of battery.
Nice.
But I could do a majority of my work
Mm.
as long as I could still get to the internet. So like I have a mobile hotspot essentially running our internet for this
Oh.
show. That's not connected at all to the building.
Mm.
So I could still work as long as that thing could get power,
Oh,
or as long as my phone has some power. So I could
Yeah.
last a day of online use. But that's part of the problem is all the work I do is generally online.
yeah.
What
And
if there
I
is no
can't
online?
get to the online, if
Oh,
online
true.
doesn't exist anywhere, then
Yeah.
then
the whole
entire-
grid.
Yeah,
you
I
just
was
got
gonna say,
hacked.
I can DJ music.
AI
myself.
took over.
Skynet.
Nothing. Skynet. It's
Yeah.
happening. We have no technology to use for ourselves. Like, well, what do you do in that scenario? Do you go back to like the hoarder mentality? And,
Mad
like,
Max.
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Just go fossil fuel everything.
Yeah.
Hoard all the water.
Yeah, yeah.
I cut you off, Mick. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, imagine like you could probably do it, but you wouldn't be able to check it. But like writing code, because like I do some coding on
Writing
the side.
code.
Like for like code like programming.
He's making
Oh,
a new Da
like-
Vinci Code.
Oh
no, for
no.
for like
It was a
um,
terrible movie and book.
like like programming language and stuff like
Yeah.
like computer program.
Mhm.
Like you could probably like do like the web like think it out, but like you couldn't actually like because there's no way
Input
to
it,
check your
right?
syntax and like
Yeah, 'cause you're
and, like,
literally
yeah,
writing down
You could
the-
write like physically write it out and like your plan, but like there'd be no way.
Y-
Because a lot of
yeah.
it's like copy paste, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
To write every single code.
Every
and-
single
yeah.
thing.
100111100.
Or not,
Yeah.
not even
Damn,
that, just like
it's the wrong
for an
zero.
F and stuff.
yeah.
That's an 8. Damn.
Yeah.
Negative 0.
Negative 0.
Is that a circle? No, that's a 0. Ah,
Yeah. How do I tell?
gotta put a line through it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people do
exactly.
the null thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's an interesting thought because we're so ingrained. Like technology is so ingrained in our lives
Mhm.
now that back
Right.
in the day when we were kids, we would have been like,
Mm-hmm.
"What?
Yeah,
The
sure, I'll
power's
go
out?
find
Cool!
something
I get to
do
play outside." Yeah, exactly.
I mean, topical. That
Stick.
thing a couple weeks ago. The what is it? The Windows outage.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yes.
What was it called?
You
Oh,
remember
yeah, that
that?
hit everybody.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. What's the-
Cloudfire. I think
So-
it's
Yeah, something fire. Like, I can't remember the company, but like what was it?
It
It was
was
like anti-piracy or not anti-piracy.
something
It was
when
like
if you
protection
don't
stuff.
remember, yeah, what
Yeah.
it was, I think it was a piracy software or something like that.
not piracy. It was
Was it?
antivirus software, I think.
Oh,
Or,
you're talking
like,
about the thing
firewall?
that shut down
The actual
all those
thing, yeah,
flights,
all the
right?
window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
That was, like, a
god!
couple
Just
weeks
imagine
ago.
being that person like traveling abroad or wherever.
Yeah, I heard that
Oh.
Delta, I think, was the worst of it. Was it?
Was
Delta? Was it Delta or is that some other like American company?
whatever it was insane. I think the biggest news I remember coming out of that was people finding out what is actually connected with that Windows program
Yeah.
and what isn't. Where it's like some vending machines had those things, and you were like, wait, why does this vending machine
Ugh.
have this program?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just giving me a snack. Why is it suddenly saying, oh, we can't work this? I can't remember what it was, but it was like information thing or something like that.
So everything runs off of a computer, right?
Yeah.
All those computers run a very simplified version of Windows. In most cases, still Windows XP.
Which is
so
wild to me.
what they were running into is that there is a very deep code logic that needed to restart, or when the restart would happen, needed to be there in place to then read the new file and then load the correct thing to load up the computer, right? To bring it back to its stasis. It couldn't do that without manual input on those computers. So all those vending machines, all those other like small screens or whatever, all running off of a really simplified version of Windows that needed physical user interface. They were able to put the update out within like a day or less, but they wouldn't fix the problem was somebody was there to tell the computer, no, just please reboot in safety mode or whatever it is to fix it.
That's insane.
Yeah, Cloudflare.
Insane in the membrane.
Yeah, insane in the brain.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Cloudflare. What an interesting name. But yeah, dude, there's been a lot of crazy stuff with tech lately, and the fact that we are so dependent on it is also wild. But you know, it's also done so many good things.
It is,
as well.
and I think, I think that's probably what will lead me into my question later. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
Speaking, well, I
no,
mean,
you guys still do. Your
I don't know
thing.
if anybody can hear, but there's a cameo of a vacuum cleaner outside.
Yeah, I was
hell
hearing
yeah.
that too.
I was wondering what that was, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
It's what it is. This is a Saturday. We're at the office. If he was here any earlier, he wouldn't have been able to do his job.
Yeah.
Eh.
It's just funny. But yeah, that was my topic. Although it was maybe slightly known,
Yeah.
not quite completely input unknown, but slightly known.
Well, it
since
was
we-
unknown that it was going to happen today.
that I was
Yeah.
going to talk
The
about
one
it.
day.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Anywho,
because Jamali Wally, you had just mentioned a segue.
No,
But-
I didn't want to. I didn't want to
No.
steal it from anybody.
No, it's
No.
not. That's the craziest thing about this podcast is that we don't have who's going to go in any order. So if you want to go first, you can go first. If you want to go next, go next.
It was
And
it
I
was
think-
kind of a segue just based off of our use of technology
Yes.
and where we're going, like in our future. I mean, like
Mhm.
we're using AI and a lot of different things. My question is, if you were able to upgrade yourself with technology,
Ooh.
what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would get better joints. I think.
what
Get new
specific
knees.
joints are you talking
Oh, my knees.
Yeah, it's a 30-year-old
Dude.
problem. Every 30-year-old probably have new knees, bionic knees.
Actually, hold on. No. You know what? Not just my knees. I think.
Is it just one upgrade, or is it like
It could be whatever you feel like you as a human being would want for yourself. That's my
For myself.
yeah.
I think-
I'm saying in the realm of possibility, and unless you're
Oh,
like
okay.
billionaire rich
Oh,
like
okay.
Elon
Oh, okay,
Musk.
so like.
So in the next 20 years, if there's
in the
tech
next
that
20 years.
Okay.
you think
So
may
that-
exist,
Yeah, that narrows things down.
yeah,
a
that
little more.
narrows it down a little bit because
Yeah.
who doesn't want to like trade their legs in for like?
I
new
was gonna
legs,
say.
you
I
know?
was like,
Yeah.
are we
But-
thinking like futuristic?
We
Or
are.
you thinking,
It is.
but
It
not
is.
like.
It is in the realm of possibility. I mean,
Yeah.
think about what, the folks at is it Tesla or one of those?
Like space.
Elon Musk owns it.
Yeah.
so-
So like.
He basically put a chip in a dude's brain, and now this
Oh, yeah.
paraplegic has the ability to basically use telepathy
That's wild.
for his computer.
Is it okay? So it's kind of that Bluetooth type of connectivity, but within the brain, which is
Yeah.
wild. I think that's insane to me.
So
that
we're
it's
there.
like-
We're in this
We're getting there.
in the next 20 years. I feel like if you were able to upgrade yourself, you can.
God.
That was a neural link.
Neuralink. That is
Neuralink.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the new big.
I
Whoa.
oh,
A
God.
cyborg.
If I was to get one thing upgraded within the realm of our technology that we'll have within the next 20 years, oh man, I think it would just be more mobility of my body.
Kind of like an exosuit. Then.
A little bit of an exosuit, but not to the point of like neural link.
Right.
I don't think I want anything done with my brain. I think the brain needs to no touch. Unless you are fully upgrading your entire consciousness into a computer, I think that's actually pretty interesting to me.
I think that's like the next step of evolution for humans to fuse with our technology and
Possibly.
become even more intelligent, stronger.
Possibly.
You know.
Would I want to be a part of that? Not really. I think I'm okay being a
that's
flesh
fine.
bot, a flesh bag.
I'll be up there, sitting up there with the
Yeah.
all the
you
cyborgs.
you enjoy the cloud.
I will.
I will enjoy the ground. But I think if it was like exo, well, all right, here we go again.
Batteries are
Exosuits.
dying.
I think if it was like an exosuit, I think that would be cool. It wouldn't necessarily be like within my body. I don't think I want that in my body.
Yeah.
But I think like an exosuit. I think that would be nice. Even if it's like not like the super strength, like superhero thing. Just to
Yeah.
help me with carrying
Yeah.
things and with like mobility, especially when we as human beings get older. Some things that we love to do or want to do, it's very difficult. Like if we could have an exosuit, I would love for my dad actually to have one. I know he will never do it, but if I could, my dad, I would love for him to have it. My dad contracted COVID back when COVID was huge, and almost actually passed away because of it. He almost died. It was very, very traumatic, very tough on me and my family, especially on him, obviously, because he's living through it. But one of the things that sucks from it is that when he had COVID and he had pneumonia and all that stuff that almost killed him, he also lost a lot of feeling and mobility of his hands, his right hand, to the point where he can't even show like a fist anymore, so he can't grip with anything. He can still drive, he can still do things. He also was having trouble walking for a bit, and it sucks because he's not even 60 years old, and me and him get mistaken as brothers a lot. But I know my dad, and he's always been a very physical guy. So him not being able to carry like my nieces and nephews anymore, not even like carrying like his dog, is difficult for him. And if there was one thing, even if it wasn't for me, if I could say for upgrading an exosuit, nothing that is obviously in your body, but just a suit that could help with that, I would love for that.
Something that can help you with your day to day.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, I mean, we have exosuits that exist today that actually help people with mobility. So
yeah,
I mean, that's a pretty cool upgrade. What about you, Casey?
The first thought when you had first mentioned it was one that wouldn't be probably doable would just be to not have hunger anymore.
Oh wow.
And that's just purely because there are days or maybe sometimes weeks where I'm like, I just don't feel like eating.
I love hunger though. As
There's
weird
a,
as
there's
it
a difference
sounds.
between enjoying food and like eating. Like, sure, I like that, but I just wish I didn't have to be hungry all the time. I didn't wish that wasn't part of my daily life.
Yeah.
I could definitely go for a few days without food. Sometimes it feels like that's how it could be.
Oh man, I need to eat, man. Like I love the way food tastes. I love the texture. I
But
love
that's what I'm
sharing
saying.
moments.
That's
Yeah.
different than the necessity of having to have food to survive.
So
I wish that need was gone, but to be able to still taste food, sure.
Yeah.
it becomes more of a want than an actual need.
Yeah.
So you just like suck on batteries, and that'll be it.
No,
Just take 2 batteries.
No, you still eat
Still
food.
can eat food. It just
No,
doesn't
yeah.
process, and
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
to waste it.
That would be
Yeah.
It
cool.
goes somewhere else.
Like Vision, basically, where he could taste stuff, but it doesn't do anything for him.
Yeah, he
So-
doesn't shit out batteries.
Yeah. But as an actual thing, I'm kind of like tossing between, better knees or better eyes.
Yeah.
Because like I gotta wear glasses, and
Yeah.
I'm only gonna need to keep wearing glasses.
Well,
Eyesight's only gonna keep getting
Bionic
worse.
eyes would be even crazier though too, man. Like to have bionic eyes, like you could do so much. You could probably like zoom in like 7
It
times.
makes me wonder though if you ever had, eyes like that. Would you feel it? Would the heat in your eye sockets, like, would you be able to feel heat in there? Would that-
I guess you'd have to create.
You'd have
like,
to have like bio, like something fused with like just bio, like
Lubricant.
organic kind of,
Yeah.
like a tech organic.
What I
Mix
was
that together.
What I was thinking is that instead of the eyeball, you'd replace the entire eye socket, right?
Oh,
And it would be like in a casing.
Does
That
its
is-
own thing.
Think of it like a cooling casing, right?
Okay.
That you connect to your brain, that controls the ball itself to where you can think about it, and like kind of like the Neuralink, and it would just be Neuralink to your eyeballs, and that you can zoom in, you can enhance certain pictures, who knows, maybe even like go infrared or like
Yeah,
heat
that'd be the
signatures and things
cool-
like that.
cool things you could add
Where-
on.
But that's what I was thinking when I think like new eyes. Is
Yeah.
that
The
you're
scary
not
part
replacing
about
the
it is-
entire eyes?
If it's like tech can be manipulated.
Oh, easily.
So like, what if
Easy.
somebody like ends up sending you a feed of what they want you to see, and what you're seeing
True.
is not real?
And-
Clouds are everywhere. Oh my god.
And that's always the worry, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
reminds me of that one episode of Black Mirror where the
Yeah.
girl
Oh, yeah.
got like she like it would auto censor because she is like her mom installed this like thing so that she could see what her daughter was seeing, and so like anytime she saw something violent, it would like blur out like her vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
is
is-
interesting.
So messed up. It's literal censoring, and
Huh.
that's what it would be a worry of. And I think with any kind of technology, right? It's a tool. It's not a manifestation of good or bad,
Yeah.
right? It's what you do with it. It's not inherently good or bad,
Yeah,
right?
Huh.
So
that is true. But like, just with the whole development of AI, everybody still is afraid of it.
no,
Like
Like
that's-
100%. Everyone's like,
inject like ads into your eyes.
yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
just, like
Yeah.
that reminds me of like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like I was thinking like how cool would AR stuff be? Like augmented reality
True.
stuff, like if it was like directly into your eyeball.
and that goes with the whole people can adjust it, right?
Yeah, manipulated.
mhm.
And then you mentioned where it's like an ad, or you mentioned an ad where you have to buy a subscription, a different type of eye
Yeah.
Continue to
subscription.
use your eyes. You need to upgrade.
Oh yeah, they worsen your eyes on purpose.
yeah, true.
And then you have to pay like for actual 20/20
Are you
vision.
tired of seeing in 20/40?
yeah. So like it
That's funny.
reminds me. I don't know how many of you guys. I know Mick reads comics,
Mhm.
but there's a comic called Superior Iron Man. This is where Iron Man is actually a bad guy. Well, bad guy, quote unquote.
Yeah.
He's still a dick, and he kind of does manipulate people
Okay.
in process of money. But what he does in the comics as Superior Iron Man is that he creates these nanobots that he has infected the entire world with, that can make your wildest dreams come true. You can be skinny, you can be muscular, you can be beautiful, and all that different types of stuff for a free trial.
Free tr-
And when you don't, and once the trial's over, the nanobots take away everything of your body, kind of like turn you into like a zombie, but you're still like human. You're still living, but you're like, I need this. Like,
if you think about it, like a lot of the AI software and stuff that's been being released for
Yeah.
free is
Yeah.
kind of doing that. Like they release this stuff and they're like, oh, just go crazy with it, just have fun.
until
And
the
then
trial
like
comes
you're
up.
using it, and then they put a price on it afterwards.
yeah.
And that's kind of how that's a smart idea.
in a
'cause
business sense.
Yeah, because now people are reliant on AI to like help them with their jobs
Oh
or help
my
them organize, files or whatever.
That's
And now they
wild.
have to pay because they're like, what? I was paying, like, I didn't have to pay anything for this first. But
I
now,
can think of one app in particular, but I'm not going to mention it.
Oh yeah. Well, when you talk about like people are so reliant on an AI, for Mick, I don't know if you remember hearing this about one of the Japanese writer award winners just got caught with using, I think it was 30 or 70% of her book in AI.
Yeah,
That she actually used most of it.
Yeah, I think I heard
Huh.
of that. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
that is cheap.
So you know how like the Pulitzer Award, or I can't remember what the
Yeah,
Newbery
Pulitzer.
Award or
Razzie?
stuff like. Well, kinda, but for the books, for like
Yeah.
novelists, there's the one in Japan that they do that, and apparently one of the winners, like the winner of this year, was just found out. She used AI to write some, if not most, of her book, of her project, and the public were like outraged because they're like, "Are you serious? She didn't even write some of this stuff that was suddenly the winner of this." And
yeah, that's not fair, man.
and the committee actually came out and they were like, "So we're not going to take the award away from her because we didn't check, but we're gonna make sure that no one tries to do this in the next." They specify that they're gonna try to, but they're like, don't do this again type of thing. But
No.
exactly, it's not a big thing where they're like, no AI, you are completely lost your prize. And I think it was like a award of like 1,000,000 yen or something like that, like a good amount of
Wow.
money.
There should
I
be
couldn't
like
remember.
stipulations on that. Like, I know that like the writers strike that they had a while, but when it went
yeah.
deep into that, like, because it is like if you were to make a movie and go into like a film festival with other people,
Yeah.
and you went 100% AI and like made some really cool stuff, which is great, and the screenplay is perfect, and all this stuff is perfect, and it looks really good,
Yeah.
and then you win, that is like no work. You haven't done anything, and you've stole from all these other artists to make something. That is not fair. So there should be stipulations about that,
Yeah.
or have like a separate AI like film festival where people can do
True.
that.
True.
Make your AI movies. That's great, but yeah.
I think with AI, in the use of like media and things like that, I know people want to make it as a black and white thing, but I think it could be still considered a grayish area. Reason why is that sometimes art is expensive, right? Art is very expensive when you're doing it by writing, by creating music. You guys create music, you guys create videos, but sometimes you use like very expensive equipment, right? The equipment we're using right now, I imagine, is very expensive.
It does have cost, yes.
Yeah,
Like $20.
but for some people who wish to kind of go into it, right, it's not as accessible. The quickest way for some of them, AI.
Yeah.
And because it's so accessible. Now, do I agree that people who have used AI to win awards, is that a good thing? No. I think that is a horrible thing. But I also I think there's still a place, like you said, if they had done it specifically for AI competition, I think that's actually pretty cool. Because I imagine we've been doing it as a society, create these AI programs as competitions. Right?
It's very likely that AI has been it's a tool, right? It started as a tool as in a lot of video game creation stuff. There's a lot of AI that's good, that's helps artists do their job faster, and that level of work is not talked about. Like technically all of the video game making is some kind of thing that helps them. Code is another thing.
Yeah.
It's very common for people to use a chatbot to write a basic code line so that they can take that code and then continue it on. So everything that we have as part of apps and integration and everything else like that has all been helped by a tool of AI of some kind. especially anything new
Exactly.
Yeah.
and
So,
common.
Yeah,
but,
and then
uh,
you mentioned with like video games as well,
Mhm.
whereas like the use of AI is very prominent. I don't know how many different games we use that have characters with a specific AI
Mhm.
for like learning and playing different games, and no one complains about that.
Well, and that's a
Right?
tough one because that term is completely shifted.
Yeah.
The Urban Dictionary term of AI has changed dramatically in the last 5 years.
Mhm.
Whereas an AI in a video game, from what we've grown up playing, is very different to what AI people expect with that word to be now. AI is, there's different versions of AI. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but
I feel like we're
the ones
giving
that
birth to
learn
something
from
now.
it, from whatever you
Yeah.
input with it, and then there's AI from games that we're used to. Is they are already pre-programmed to set parameters, and then if you, the player, hit any of them, then it changes the behavior of what they do in the game. But they're only based on what were given to them at the time. They didn't take anything to make it bigger. I don't know what new games are going to be doing now, so we'll see.
Honestly, yeah.
But to wrap up this question, I don't know if we heard from Mick.
Oh yeah. I guess recently, my answer. I like wearable tech. It's funny though because I'm lazy and I have an Apple Watch, but like I only ever wear it when I travel.
Which is
I don't know.
nice.
Yeah, Apple Watches are cool. I recently wanted to buy the Ray-Ban smart glasses, the ones with the camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
I
saw
was
it,
gonna
yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah. They don't ship to Alaska
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
trying to buy them
It-
online.
it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I can get them in store. I think like either Sunglass Hut or
How did you?
Lens flare.
get
I had
yours?
to send it to a friend in the States,
Oh.
and then they shipped it up, and just to do that was like an extra $80 just to
Oh,
process.
jeez.
I'm thinking about just picking up a pair when I go down to California.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
that's
say,
the best
yeah.
bet is to get it when you're in the
At
States.
store.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
fair.
Alaska shipping is just stupid.
It's
Yeah.
horrid.
Or no, I guess it's just because like it has a like
has,
it's
yeah,
weird because
lithium batteries.
it depends. I guess on the item, but like you can like get stuff shipped up like no problem, like phones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Well,
certain I don't know,
certain
like
batteries,
yeah,
like-
certain batteries just can't be shipped up.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. Like the shipping world has been changing every single year. So it's like, I remember when lithium batteries were just never allowed
Mhm.
ever to be shipped,
That's right.
and now you can have your phone, you have your laptop, all these different things on a plane with you at the same time, as
Yeah.
long as you're holding it.
Well, yeah. So the difference there is a battery by itself, not plugged in or in any kind of state where the battery can drain from something else. There's not a problem there. But a battery that sits by itself, where it's not plugged in or continuously moving, can build up in pressure and be a problem. And that's really the explanation that I got from somebody who worked at the airport.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay,
like,
okay.
your phone is on, right? Your device is on, so it's using that battery. That's not a problem. It's constantly being used. Cameras, we can ship cameras.
Yeah, that's
As long
true.
as they're plugged in, then everything's fine. It can drain over its course, but you can't put camera batteries in the belly of the plane. You have to bring those up into the actual seating area. So that's how I've had to
Yeah,
travel
okay.
with camera batteries before, and it's annoying because it's just these big heavy batteries that you have to use as a carry-on. But
Yeah.
I just like to be along the law when it comes to shipping that kind of stuff. And I've worked with people who are like, oh yeah, I just put them in a case and it flies underneath the plane. I'm like, cool, you're just putting some of us at danger. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, awesome.
Because
Yeah.
if a fire happens underneath the plane,
We're screwed.
we're kind of fucked.
And
There's no way-
specifically
there's no one
lithium.
on there.
Have you ever seen lithiums catch on fire? Like batteries
Yes.
catch on
Bad.
fire.
It's
They don't
insane.
stop. They
No,
don't. They
they're-
just keep
They're
burning.
layered,
Yeah.
tightly packed batteries. So as soon as it's just like those black cats firecracker things where you can start the outside and it
Yes.
just slowly works its way onto the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's insane.
I do like wearable
So-
tech though
So
too.
Yeah.
wearable
Something
tech.
coming
What what would it be? Like what would your
What do you, you
what's-
think like
what-
just
what doesn't
glasses?
exist now that you would want to be enhanced to the next level?
My immediate thought was the Back to the Future jacket.
Oh,
The resizing and the self-drying.
That's
That'd
actually
be rad.
yeah, that's actually really cool. It
But I don't think that's within our. Well, resizing
there
jacket
is.
might
I
be.
think it'll be
With a dryer.
In the next
Yeah,
20
no,
minutes.
so
20 years. I mean.
they have jackets
Oh,
that
yeah.
that
Oh,
you
dude,
can
self-regulate.
heat.
Yeah, dude, like a jacket with like a built-in air conditioning.
Oh, which they
That would
kind of
be
They
rad.
have
have.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of have it.
Cause I kind of have. I have like little mini fan that kind of works like that. But like
yeah.
a jacket with that built-in would be kind of cool.
So yeah, so I think we're even getting closer to the Back to the Future jacket.
Oh yeah.
actually.
I actually have something coming in the mail in a few days that I'll be doing like an unboxing
Ooh.
for,
All right.
and it is wearable tech.
Where can we watch?
Super, super.
Well,
super
we'll have to
wearable.
ask where we can watch it later.
It'll be I'll be posting it on my Instagram,
Oh, nice,
and I'll
nice.
probably put it on my YouTube page. But
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be
Alright.
super awesome. And the guy who makes these things it's under Bionic Concepts. That's the name of his business. But he makes exoskeletons too,
Oh,
or
right.
exosuits, I should say.
You're gonna have to let me see that. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm so
it
curious.
is so cool, and it's affordable too. It's like a normal consumer can buy a lot of the cool tech that he makes, but he makes some really cool tech.
Nice.
Cool.
Alright.
Before we move to the next question, I'm gonna have
Sure.
Jamal, if you could just, the microphone is like in your nose. I want to
Oh.
try to have you bring it down to your
Okay,
chin.
so
I'm gonna mute it,
How do we?
so we'll do this, and then there you go. How's that?
and then
then
bring
just
that
tighten
closer
it.
to your mouth.
Oh,
Okay.
did
There
Yeah,
you
is
go.
that better?
I muted it so we wouldn't hear
Yeah.
the.
Oh
noises.
no,
Sweet.
that's fair.
But that
that's
way
fair.
we can see your face on camera,
What?
and so can others.
Oh no.
Hide behind the
Now you're
man.
like,
Yeah. So, Mick, I know me. So me and Mick, we were hanging out together, which is why I have a haircut now.
Mm-hmm.
I have
cut
shorter
your hair?
hair. What?
Because of him?
No,
No, well, kind of.
we went to the mall.
Yeah, we
get
went to
it.
the
Yeah.
mall because I was trying to figure out haircuts. But this is not my topic, mind you. I'm asking Mick, did you end up finding out what your topic
Oh
is
yeah, mine's
today?
kind of it's similar-ish to the my last topic.
Oh, then let's
do we want
talk
to save it
about
for
it.
last?
Do we?
I don't.
Do we? I mean, we can save it for last.
I mean, because if you remember my last topic, it was what franchise would you want would get you into like playing a card game, right?
Oh,
Or, like,
okay,
franchise-
yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So,
yeah, let's
I
just
guess
go.
we'll just
You
go to
might
mine.
as well. We're
Okay,
already
so,
Kick it off.
so that was my last week's topic.
yeah.
My topic from last week.
La-
There you
last stream.
go. Last stream.
Last
It was
stream.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last episode, yeah. My topic is since Lauren and I, with two other people, are going to a convention
Mhm.
in a couple days actually.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh.
What fandom doesn't have a convention that you wish it had, or like I guess what
Oh.
what
That's
would
easy.
yeah, or like what because what like specifically we're going to Power Morphicon, and that's it's a
Power Ranger.
Power Rangers Super Sentai Kamen Rider like specific
Focus.
focused convention, and
Okay.
so like what
Niche. It's a niche.
yeah
con.
what niche topic would you want to have a convention of?
Huh.
That hasn't
A
already.
sci-fi.
That hasn't already. Yeah,
A
I guess-
sci-fi con, like with Xenomorphs, with Battlestar
I
Galactica.
feel like
with,
they
like,
might have
everything.
Might be.
already.
It's
I
Really?
don't know.
It's funny. What was it, a couple days ago, or actually a couple weeks ago, I saw that they have a Metal Gear Solid convention.
Whoa.
What?
Specifically Metal Gear. Yeah, they have like
Wow.
a bunch of the voice actors come, and like it's just the video games and like
Oh,
just people
man.
cosplaying Metal Gear Solid.
That's.
I think it was like Florida. I don't know if it was in Florida. I can't
There's
remember.
some
yeah,
costumes,
it was
though.
crazy.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
That,
I'm not sure.
for
Snake Eater. Have you
oh,
seen that?
Snake Eater.
Yeah, like what was the other one? The one that came after Snake Eater, with the one with the one character who has like barely anything on, and she's
Oh,
out there
Quiet.
shooting.
That's
Oh,
Metal Gear
Phantom
Solid.
Pain.
Yeah,
Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. Yeah.
I'm like, give her some armor, man.
Yeah.
no. Well,
Who goes
you,
into battle like
you
that?
remember the reason why, right?
No.
Of why she has the. She has
It's
that?
her skin, right?
Yeah, it's her skin. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, I remember hearing that, but
But
still,
it's-
that's such a
It's a
nerd
biological
thing to make.
It's
Her
well,
skin
not
blocks
biological, I
bullets.
guess. Kind of. It's such a weird thing. Kojima. Well, this was the first one without Kojima, I believe, right?
Which,
Phantom Pain?
which
No, that was his
console
last
this
one.
on?
This
It
was
was,
on
PlayStation 3?
PS4.
Oh, 4.
Oh, the fourth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was-
yeah.
that
Phantom
was
Pain. No, that was the
fine.
last one because
Yeah.
remember they
Oh,
they
shoot.
trapped him
Yes.
after that.
But he kind of gave up,
Yeah.
Okay.
honestly, which is fair. This was
What?
PS4
Snake gave up?
X
No,
Huh?
Kojima.
Kojima.
Oh.
Kojima, because he was
Snake would never give up.
no
Yeah.
Snake would never.
Snake.
But Kojima gave up on it because he didn't want to be there anymore. They already screwed him over with the Silent Hills
Oh.
yeah,
thing.
right.
Yeah,
Speaking
PT
of,
stuff.
10 years it's been since PT came out.
Really?
Yeah.
I still have
10
it.
years.
You
Yeah.
do. That's cool, man. That's like a legendary game now.
It's
Yeah,
still
on my-
freaky as
It
hell.
is still freaky as hell.
It's on
But-
my PS3.
That
That does work.
it's insane. But yeah, so that's Kojima
PS4.
was like, I want to leave, and Konami was like, no, you're still here, so you better make us our game,
Yeah.
or you're screwed for life. And he did it, and Phantom Pain was a game. I think it was still entertaining enough, but I think the story was definitely lacking.
I don't
with
think
it.
I played it. I wasn't big into the Metal Gear games.
Yeah,
I do like what they accomplished and a lot of how their
Mhm.
like game mechanic stuff works,
Yeah.
especially the first couple of them where
Those
they
were
were
cool.
using really unique camera angles. There's top
Yeah.
down, side
Dun, 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 dun.
angle-ish, and then you'd move forward and it would go lower and then come back up again. It's just a really cool camera stuff that they were
That and fighting
accomplishing.
Psychomantis for the first time. I don't know how many
Psychomantis
other.
You
This
can't
is
go
a
wrong with
wild
the
one.
third game's
Yeah.
Snake Eater theme song. That was
Yeah,
so
which
good.
Wow,
they
that's
are
pretty cool.
remaking.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
Delta.
Oh, cool. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Good to hear.
For my answer for your question,
Mhm.
it hasn't technically happened. I know it's going to happen. It has to nowadays. Hoyoverse, a Hoyoverse convention has not been
Oh.
happening.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm a huge Hoyoverse fan. Surprisingly, I actually started playing Honkai Impact 3rd before Genshin was even a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it out. It was fun, but it just wasn't like engaging enough. It was also a mobile game at the time.
I know they do like lots of like live events.
Oh, dude, they have
They have
multiple
a
live
ton of
events,
but like specifically a convention
at
surrounded
different
about all their games and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's
that'd be kind of
never.
cool. Cause like a lot of that stuff's at AX. They do a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, and
There's tons of cosplay for all the characters.
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
So
yeah,
I
that's
always,
kinda
I
neat
always
its
was
own.
like, oh, sorry.
No, I was just agreeing that there
Mhm.
needs to be its
Yeah.
own con. At
Which
this point,
Genshin, huge, massive, with a bunch of different voice actors.
tons.
Then you also have Star Rail, Honkai Star Rail, which is one of my personal favorites of the entire series. Right.
I did really like it.
I'm still playing it to this day, which I need to do dailies today. And then the newest one that just came out, Zenless Zone Zero.
I've been enjoying
Z.
the heck out of it.
I know, I've
it's
seen
so
you-
good.
Seen you've been playing it, which you should definitely watch him when he plays it on stream
Wait,
on
what?
Yes.
Twitch.
What is that again?
Zenless Zone Zero. So it
Zenless
is
Zone
a
Zero.
gotcha game. I don't know if you
Mhm.
understand the term gotcha game.
No, I know what that means.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. It is.
No, actually, I don't. No.
Oh, come on.
Gotcha.
He's very
You did get me.
confident in his lie there.
So, gotcha games. Pretty much. You remember what loot boxes were?
No,
What
I know. I'm saying I got you. I got you.
Oh,
I know what gotcha.
No,
games
I
are,
don't
man.
know.
I'm
don't know
messing
what's
with you,
going on.
dude. Yeah,
I
no
have no
gotcha
idea.
games. There's so many gotcha games out there. I
Dude,
feel like
yeah.
Fortnite gotcha is a gotcha game for 10-year-olds for sure. It's a
Kind-
gotcha to the parents because the
True.
parents are like,
Oh, jeez.
True.
God damn it, this is Timmy over here keeps using my debit card and
Yeah.
yeah, buying skins. What the hell?
Exactly.
Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg's a new character you could play.
It's
You
honestly
can play as
100%
Jeffrey Epstein now. Yeah.
No, let's hope
Oh,
not.
no, no.
Let's hope.
No, you can't
not.
play him. You can't play
No.
as that guy.
No, he's
I
dead.
think he's probably
He's dead.
The
He's
Death's
fine.
Wish. No.
But Star Rail's Zenless Zone Zero. There's so many different actors that have been a part of
Mhm.
it. Voice actors.
Mhm.
So many different characters you can cosplay as. Why not have a convention? I feel like there is going to become one. It's going to be HoYoCon or something like that, right?
Well, now I'm gonna research it.
No,
Mhm.
They
yeah.
probably
So
have it,
maybe
though.
I'm going insane, and maybe it's already existing.
Because I
But
know
if-
that, yeah, they do. I know they do a lot of events in person,
Yeah.
and like, yeah.
But there's never one specifically,
specifically, yeah.
only Hoyoverse. And I
Mhm.
want that to happen because there's been so much good content they make that I need to go. I want a live action gotcha game. I want to be able to go gotcha for skins or for codes or things like that for the grand prize. I want that S pull, that 5-star. I want it.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to see in that fandom for sure. Because then I think everyone who is a fan of the Hoyoverse is the same way.
They make a lot of games that are getting better and better. In the quick research, I didn't find anything.
Yeah.
They have a thing called Hoyo Fest, but that is like an online thing, I guess, where it's just where you can get codes and crap. So, not quite what you are wanting. But,
Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunate.
yeah.
But
I still have no answer. I have no idea.
Really? Well, Jamal, you had another good one, which I feel like there isn't already one that exists.
I know there's like Trekkies and then there's Star
Yeah.
Wars,
I know there's a horror.
but I'm saying aside from those two,
Yeah.
and just like like all the horror sci-fi, like
Specifically
The
horror
Thing,
Ooh.
Alien,
Ooh, yeah.
Species.
Yeah.
What other sci-fis? Pumpkinhead, even Pumpkinhead's.
Would you
kinda
consider
stretching it.
Pumpkinhead like
That's not really
sci-fi?
sci-fi. It's
Yeah.
more like horror,
Supernatural
horror.
Which
But
they have horror cons.
They
out
do,
there.
Yeah,
they do.
I see,
But like,
yeah.
I'd love to see just like all the aspects of sci-fi, even like the Hellraiser series.
Yo. Okay. So
That's
I love
sci-fi too.
Hellraiser. Was actually one of my favorites when I was little. That
Me
was
too.
actually the first one when I first watched it. My mom, when she had me, while I was in her stomach or belly, whatever.
Yeah, you were just sitting
Um,
there quoting everything that
No,
in her room. Just
no. But she was watching horror movies,
ready to
which is weird because she's not a big horror person.
Mm.
But she was watching horror movies while I was.
Oh.
No wonder you're
There.
kicking, just running around screaming.
Oh yeah,
No.
so he's kicking and screaming.
Oh, he's kicking again. He must
Yeah.
love this movie.
But when I was born and when I was little, we would watch like the X-Files.
Mm.
We would watch Tales from the Crypt. She would
Oh, I
like,
love Tales from the
wow.
Crypt.
Whenever-
that's
yeah.
a way throwback.
dude, like I was watching that with her, and it was like, we were enjoying it.
Yeah,
It was some craziness,
those were good
and
ones.
I also remember watching like horror movies whenever they were on cable TV. Do you remember that?
Oh
Do
yeah,
you remember cable?
yeah. I remember
course.
Cable.
Two
Remember-
and a half
I remember
minute
in
commercial
Tennis.
breaks to run to the restroom and back.
Yeah.
Using foil to like wrap
Yes.
around the
Oh,
antenna.
the antenna messing with.
Messing
Do you
with that.
remember the knob?
Oh,
You
yeah.
had to turn it for channels
Oh,
and
yeah.
hopefully get one.
My favorite was, will the power button work today?
Yes. Or touch the
Like, you had to push
static
it just
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and the static
when you
it
get to
turns
move
off.
the hand and just like you're in
that
poltergeist.
loud sound that you get when the TVs just turn on.
Yeah, the heat you could feel from the TV.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we have
And the
cancer now.
Yeah, honestly, we probably do. But yeah, I think that would actually be really cool. Something like Predator, Alien,
Oh yeah, Predator, Alien,
things like that.
The Thing.
The Thing would. That would be
Somebody
pretty sick.
cosplaying as the Thing would blow my mind, dude. That would be so cool.
The question is, which version of the Thing?
There's like I like the new one that came out was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were CG heavy, and
Yeah.
I wish they went back to practical because practical is just it's so cool and like CG is cool, but it's like showing the monster
Yeah.
like immediately, and now you don't have the anticipation of just like wondering like why does it have this like pustule stuff coming out of it? Like it's not as lifelike as just the prosthetics and the cool stuff that they would do.
The question for you.
Yeah.
For this con that would be horror sci-fi, right?
Mhm.
Would you consider movies like Leprechauns in Space or
Oh.
Jason X? Would they be considered
Yes.
in this convention? Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Because as long as the theme is within space.
Attack from Killer Clowns. Like
Oh, I love
if,
Killer Clowns from Outer
if some
Space.
killer clowns from outer space showed up, I'd be like, dude, you're at the
Mars
right con.
Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Oh, heck
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love to see somebody 4 foot tall, just like
That would be amazing. There's one movie that scared the ever living shit out of me when I was younger, and I didn't know why until I actually watched it a couple
Science.
years ago. No, not Science.
Oh,
Event Horizon.
oh, that's a good one too.
If you've never seen Event Horizons,
Nope.
it is a psychological horror body horror movie.
Yeah, it's basically like what happens if you open a portal and that portal is like hell,
Yes.
and then on the other side of that portal, they're trying to communicate with you, just to make everything else go to hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
The movie that got me as a kid that kind of took me out of the horror film stuff was War of the Worlds.
Ooh.
That one hit me just in the wrong
That
way,
was
where it was
such a
too
good
one. Oh, man.
realistic to me, and I just
That
I
that
couldn't
whole
sleep
scene,
for
Tom
weeks.
Cruise running home
Yeah.
just to get to his home, and then like getting there, and his kids are freaking out, like, what's up with you, dude? You're covered in ash, and he's just like dusting
Yeah,
himself
'cause he
off.
doesn't
I
know
was
what
like,
to
oh
say.
my god!
Yeah. That was because
Yeah.
that was
If
like,
you would have known what your dad just went through, and his daughter in that whole movie was the most annoying person in the whole movie. I was just like, I would have left her, man. I'd be like, oh, she's still in the car? Dang it!
I only
Oh,
saw
no.
it the one time, and I didn't even like really watch the
Yeah.
whole thing because I was too young. My dad took me.
Oh,
He
wow.
loved it because he's a big Steven Spielberg
Yeah.
fan, but I couldn't get through it. And then I remember the bad parts of the movie, and I remember that parts
Oh.
very vividly.
Oh,
it's
man, that was a
but-
nightmare.
But the Spielberg, the thing that he does is playfulness for aliens, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's known for. Is how can he make something seem so innocent yet scary as heck? And for me,
Yeah.
that was the basement scene where there's like the tentacle coming into
Oh, yeah.
into the window, and then it's like grabbing the bike or doing something with. Then the kids are in there, I think, or
Yeah,
and
that
other
was-
people
that was
are
pretty
downstairs.
freaky.
And I was just like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, not working for me.
Another one that would be good to be included would be the 80s/90s like
The Blob.
Cthulhu, like Blob,
Oh, I love
or
The Blob.
there's a movie called Video File. I think I remember video something. It stars James Woods, and it's him losing sanity, trying to get into this TV channel that is I can't remember what it's called. It's a very old movie, and it's such a body horror. Like
Oh, I
it's
think
a
I know what you're talking about.
Cronenberg
Yeah, it's a
movie,
Cronenberg movie. Yeah.
and it's so creepy and so scary.
The Fly.
The Fly. Oh no, dude, The Fly, the
Such a good
original
actor,
black
too.
and white.
Oh, I
The
haven't seen
original
the
black
original
and white.
Black and White. No,
That actually created my arachnophobia.
really.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because
Know
if
that
you've
scene.
ever seen the movie, you get this scene where towards the end of the movie, spoilers for a very very old movie, you get the spoiler of the scene. You get the end of the scene where the woman, the love interest, after she kills the fly, the human part, she's like, where is the human person? And she sees a spider web and a little fly, and you just hear this very faintly until it zooms in closely.
It's called
Yes, Videodrome.
Videodrome.
Yes,
Mm.
Videodrome. This is 80s, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 83.
83. It is so weird, so creepy. That Videodrome. I don't know if you'll see it. We'll
Oh,
probably
yeah.
not. It's probably not safe for
People
work
on
to put
stream
it
are
on
not going to
there.
be able to see it, but we're
Yeah,
just
it's
getting a
not
little
safe for
alerts
work,
on
but
Oh yeah, that movie's.
I remember
on-
this
on one.
cover because I used to work in
Yes.
a video place, and I'd see this cover all the time.
yeah, it's one of those like sex sells movies, but it's
Mhm.
all kinds of messed up.
Mhm.
But
you were
with-
talking about the spider web.
Yeah, so you see her walk towards the spider web, and she starts hearing the faint screams of "Help me!" It's "Help me, help me!" and it zooms in on the fucking spider's face,
Ugh.
exactly, like really close, and you see the fly with the human head screaming "Help me, help me!" as it's about to get devoured by this spider. Created the most visceral fear I've ever had in my life,
Ugh.
and it has stuck with me to this day.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, it's the worst. And it I was actually fine as a kid with spiders. I used to like look at them. I used to mess with daddy long legs. Now the second I see one, I'm like, all right, I kind of just want to like go
You've
away.
never seen a camel spider then?
No, I never
Dude,
want to,
it-
dude.
It
I
looks
was
like
so-
the face hugger.
I was so afraid of that while I was in Texas
Mm.
for base, because I was like, after they told me camel spiders existed,
yeah.
and they told me that they get into boots,
Yeah.
I was like, Every single morning, I would throw my boots down and just like smash it around because I did not want to see one. I was so terrified.
I've killed one. That's the only thing
Oh.
I've ever killed in Afghanistan.
No,
and I've killed
bro.
one. And it's the
No.
it is the scariest thing I've ever killed.
Dude, I just can't. It's just too much for me. But because of that movie, which that would be an amazing one for, right? For that. Or you go for the what's his name?
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum
Jeff
version
Yeah,
of
so
that.
good.
yeah.
Which
Such
I
a
like
good
that.
actor too. Yeah.
yeah. So that one would also be terrifying as well. But that was it was so funny because I never actually watched the Jeff Goldblum version
Mm.
for
It's
like a long
way
time.
more intense.
Yeah.
Because it's
'Cause,
Cronenberg,
yeah,
right?
it's what's that?
Cronenberg,
It's
yeah.
Cronenberg.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, Gina Davis.
And then she gives birth to a larva.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna say,
Ugh.
doesn't that larva turn into an actual
No,
human?
I think they kill it.
Oh, do they kill it?
Yeah.
Because there's an actual Fly 2 is
God.
what I watched, which is
oh,
the sequel.
maybe. Yeah. Okay.
It's the sequel to The Fly, and where it is the son. It's the son of the
Goes through
original.
his
Yeah.
life like normal. Just
Yeah.
has a fly head and like a human
No,
body.
no. But it goes like it was creepy as hell. Even the ending, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it's meant to make your skin crawl, you know.
Oh, dude. But yeah, I think that would. I think if there was one, maybe you run it. Maybe you make it. You become the head
Head of like the sci-fi convention, horror,
sci-fi horror. Yeah,
sci-fi horror.
because there's so
convention. That'd be
many of them.
There is.
Mhm.
There's so many of them that just never get talked about. There's horror, but people go for like Freddy. They go for Jason. They go for Michael Myers. You know, they go for the stereotypical fan favorites. But you don't think about The Thing, Alien, Predator. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Alien, Predator now.
Yeah.
another-
Now it's like taking off.
another time of the year where you can celebrate wearing basically a Halloween costume stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not Halloween.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty cool.
Um,
I don't think I'll ever have an answer for this because convention stuff and convention going is not my thing.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always I have to help.
oh,
I'm
yeah,
running
yeah.
it. I'm doing some kind of tech for it.
Right.
The soccer con we all went to,
Yeah.
2015. I was like enjoying it, but I really wasn't. I was like, how can
Mm.
I
I
help?
was-
What can I do to make this better? Blah blah blah.
I
blah.
think that was actually a very
it's
general feeling that all of
it's
us
very
felt.
surreal because at that time we were all very heavily involved with SenchiCon,
Right.
Yeah.
running events and things, and we just kind of were.
That was like a first out of state con.
Yeah,
All together,
all
too.
together,
Yeah.
out doing a cool thing, and we kind of ended up just not doing much con stuff, with the exception of a few special guests that I know you guys wanted to go see.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
That we waited for like 4+ hours for,
Yeah.
which was still cool. I think it was worth the wait when we saw,
Yeah.
which we'll see him for a
Again.
third time or
What
fourth
wa-
time for you.
what's,
fourth time.
What's your answer to your question?
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I feel like Jamal would like this too. Like you know how they have Renaissance fairs for fantasy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know if this counts as like convention, but whatever. I would love if they did like, kind of like a Renaissance fair for cyberpunk stuff.
Ooh.
Like we go
They-
like rent like a place downtown and like just spend time in the alleyway.
That would be cool.
That'd be
yeah.
rad.
See,
That would be
Because
sick.
we kind of did something like that for May the 4th. We did like
Yeah.
a cyberpunk sort of like Star Warsy
Meetup.
cyberpunk meetup.
Yeah, we're actually trying to do something like that coming up soon. Actually,
No
we're trying to have
way.
like another cyberpunk meetup. So if you have like cool LED masks, cool LED
Yeah.
anything, and you just want to have a good time, like I was trying to figure out another cool spot we could do that at, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at
It's
a
tough.
loft,
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
Aloft Hotel.
I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
it's
loft,
called
yeah.
A-loft.
Yeah,
It's
because at
tough to
nighttime it
do
looks cool.
that kind of gathering here in Anchorage at
Yeah,
the moment,
especially here.
without it being a rented space with a built-out
Yeah,
set.
because it is
Yeah.
like, what is it? Renaissance fairs are easy because you just go out into like,
in the
wooded
woods,
area.
Yeah.
but like cyberpunk is very much city based.
If there was
stuff.
any place I could think that would work, not in here obviously, but like the entire world, it would be Japan.
Japan.
Yeah,
100%.
I was gonna say they have like there's like that one arcade that's like it's grungy and like
Yeah.
it's basically like you walked into Blade Runner.
Exactly. Like I think if Japan, which they have done before,
Mm-hmm.
like just section off an entire couple alleyways together, just to make it cyberpunk themed, that would be amazing.
That reminds me, they have this new place that opened up. It's because there's this mall like over by Odaiba where like the giant Gundam statue is.
Yeah.
There's this old mall that
Checking the
yeah,
box,
check-
talking about
finally
Japan.
talking about Japan. There's this place that they it's very like old, like kind of almost Renaissance style architecture on the inside. Like it's outside, it's like a modern mall, but on the inside you go inside and it's like kind of Victorian Renaissance era mall. Like it was a mall, but like it just had a theme of like
I
looking
think
like Renaissance.
I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
one in
it's,
Odaiba, right?
Yeah, it's in Odaiba. It closed down, but they repurposed it. Like some people bought up the space and repurposed it.
That's cool.
It's now like a Jack the Ripper sort of style. Like it's like
Ooh.
interactive theater sort of. Like people like the crowds like just walk around. You can go to different places. There's like a escape room,
yeah.
like a Jack the Ripper.
I know
themed
exactly what
escape
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
it used to be the Venus Fort in
Yes.
Japan. Yeah,
I
that's
re-
really cool.
I
Like it's
went
like
to
the hallways are like now like dark and grungy, and it's like
remember.
yeah.
I went into
Very
that
cool.
mall actually before it closed down.
Mm-hmm.
We never thought it was going to close down because it was
Yeah, I know,
so
right?
popular and so.
It was in
poli-
Persona 3,
Yeah,
like the fountain.
yeah,
They use it. Yeah.
dude. It was a nice mall, but yeah, I think if we could ever do it in Cyberpunk, imagine though if we had like a worldwide meetup of Cyberpunk fans going to Japan.
They have
Mhm.
something like that. It's like Burning Man for cyberpunk cool stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but that's at
Did we? Are we out? Are
No,
we done?
no, it's just
There's
the
some
monitors
Screen?
out.
Okay.
yeah.
We're
Okay.
still online.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
I was
still
like, do we finally code?
Batteries
But,
are dying. That's the bottom line here.
Okay,
We're
gotcha.
still good to go.
All right.
Yeah, but they have that. They have that, and people dress up and wear really
Yeah.
cool outfits to it all the time. And it's like a big EDM festival. But usually, EDM festivals are the only places that I've seen
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
doing something like that.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
there's
Usually
a
music
not
is
a
involved.
convention, but
Mhm.
there's a meetup from in California actually in the end of September. I learned this from a friend of ours. I don't know if you remember Ken,
Mhm.
a friend
Yeah.
of Jojo and everyone, but they were talking about going to Wasteland Weekend or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
That's
I've
what
heard
it
of that.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all like not technically cyberpunky, but
Yeah,
it's like the
more
Mad Max.
Mad Maxy.
And
Mhm.
they're just all hanging out doing some craziness out
That's
there.
pretty
I was
cool.
like, what? Why can't we do that for other things like the cyberpunk
Yeah.
things, right?
Yeah.
We already have these different like wild conventions, Burning Man, Warp Tour. Do you guys remember Warp Tour?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do remember it.
Yeah,
What's that?
but I swear.
No, I'm
I
serious.
hope-
I don't know.
So it's how do I explain Warp Tour?
It's similar to what the Midtown Cuddy Festival was for music,
Oh, okay.
but it was specific for a type of music.
Yeah. So, like, grunge
outdoor
and then
grunge,
also
Mm.
yeah,
rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
alternate rock.
Yeah,
Um,
alternative as well for
yeah.
sure. They had a lot of like Blink 182 type
Nice.
of things.
Yeah.
And, I think they had My Chemical Romance, Limp Bizkit, those types
Yeah.
of bands were
Fallout
there.
Boy.
Fallout Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Avril
not quite
Lavigne.
the convention, but festival
Mm.
with
Yeah.
just specific.
I thought that was
music.
just a music festival.
Yeah, music
Yeah, it was still a
festival.
music
Yeah.
festival, but
Yeah.
it was like think of it like how Woodstock was, or like any of
Mhm.
those other, what like, not conventions, festivals, things like that.
Mm.
The big gatherings of people for one specific styling or things
Mhm.
like that. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Warp Tour was also a really cool one. So like, imagine
yeah.
something like that, festival wise or con wise, as hey,
Help.
everyone just comes out into this big area or small
Cyberpunk.
area.
Yeah,
Let's check it out.
Huh.
So
that would be cool. And I think cyberpunk is starting to take off now because people are starting to pay attention to the anime.
Mhm.
yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Oh, yeah.
buying Cybertrucks.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Cybertrunks. We're slowly getting in there, but
Yeah.
ooh, when you guys see my
we're
new
waiting
outfit.
for the upgrade, the graphics upgrade for those trucks. Eventually, we'll start
Eventually.
to get to 16.
I saw someone
They'll start looking
modify.
like Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw someone modify a Cybertruck to look like kind of like a pixel like the like Halo 1 from
The
Oh,
Warthog?
from
Yeah,
Halo 1.
Warthog.
They had like
Yeah.
the Yeah,
That's
They put
cool.
the gun on it too.
it was like polygonal.
That's
Yeah.
so hilarious. But it's so dumb.
It
Yeah.
is. It does
So
look dumb. It does look ugly.
Yeah.
fact
Apparently,
that-
it's beating a lot of records though. So
Yeah, of ugliest and terrible truck ever in
Also,
the
like
world.
not well put together.
It's so
Not super.
Oh.
like it
Recalls?
could be
Was that the
better.
record breaker?
Yeah,
Was it recalls?
the most recalls, the most returns.
I've seen a lot of people trying to resell them.
Yeah.
Which is they're trying to just make money, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you actually can't sell them. 'Cause
No.
when you buy it, it is like full on registered to that person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there has to be some kind of deal made between the new buyer.
you have to give
That's
up the
kind of
next
illegal.
chip that's in your brain.
Yeah,
all
honestly.
that neural.
Your first
Give up
implants.
your Neuralink.
Yeah.
Give me
That-
back your Neuralink.
Just
All right, Lauren, we got 15 minutes.
all right. 15 minutes. This is not going to be a very difficult question. Well, it might be. It might be.
It is or it isn't.
It is
Let's
or it
go.
isn't. We'll find out. The topic I decided to come up with, it's related to vacation, and it's related to similar. I think it's all the themes very similar to what
Mhm.
today is, which is weird. If you could go to, if you can go vacation in any type of media world, in any kind of media world. So think of it like the Star Wars franchise, the Marvel universe, things like that. If you could vacation, not live there, but vacation there,
Visit.
visit
basically.
and hang out for like, let's say about a month, right? Where would you go? There's so many different worlds that have been created. There's so many different places that you can go to. We've seen different, like, let's say the Wizarding World or the Avengers Academy out there that exists in our world.
Adventure
But
Campus. Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
If you visit the place, do you get the properties of the
No.
visit, right? So
No.
like if you're going to a visiting place, can you do magic?
Yes. So I thought you meant like, can you bring it back to our world?
No, yeah, no. You're you're
okay.
there to visit. Do you get to do everything?
Yeah,
that
like you go to
the-
Hogwarts and you're instantly a wizard.
Right.
Yes, I would say yes, because what's the point of vacationing somewhere if you're going to be a normal person,
Right.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you're not a tourist. You're there to have fun.
Exactly.
Right.
You're there to
You're-
vacation.
Okay.
So
That makes things.
Mhm.
so like
Things
let's
to
say if
be.
it was One Piece, then you can have like any of the devil fruit powers or even hockey or things like that, where you can use that type of stuff for vacation wise. If you want to
Hands
be
down.
a pirate or
Hands down, mine is Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Whatever this Z would be probably the most
Mhm,
fun.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
This is like
get
Dragon Ball Z
wishes.
War.
You
Oh,
can
true.
fly.
True.
You have power level.
You also have the risk of dying, but then also coming back.
Yeah, you just go to the
instantly.
other world and go
Yeah.
hang out with
King Yanma.
King Yama.
Mhm.
You're basically in Japan too.
Check.
Japan.
When you're big in Japan.
Yeah, there's dinosaurs.
True. Yeah.
Uh,
Technology is also advanced where everything is in a capsule.
That's true. That would actually be really
Also,
cool,
the food would
honestly.
be amazing.
Oh, the food would be.
I'm trying to think of a place with really good food.
Oh,
Like
dude,
a
anyone-
media, like yeah.
You can do like Spirited Away, or another restaurant, a restaurant from another world.
That'd be a cool
Mhm.
restaurant to go to.
That would be
Like
really
if they had a
cool.
Spirited Away themed restaurant. that would be
True.
cool.
I mean
True.
Ghibli Park.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, Ghibli
Yeah,
museum.
but
yeah.
you'd have to choose which Ghibli
Ghibli,
because
yeah.
they're not all connected.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all different.
Yeah, no, I'm
universes.
also thinking about this in terms of like theme park places I've been to. I'm like, I really like the Food and Adventures campus
Yeah.
a lot more
So
than
if you were in
Star
the-
Wars, Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
It kind of goes where it's like, not only do you get to choose the world, but what kind of powers or what kind
Yeah.
of things you would do, right?
Mhm.
Like for
Yeah.
UKC, like would you have the powers of like a Super Saiyan, or would you have like powers of like just understanding ki,
He is a super
Like-
sand.
a Super Saiyan, or would you be like space police? Like
Yeah,
what
I
would
get
you?
what you mean.
Mhm.
Boy, I think I would not want to do Super Saiyan level
Yeah.
stuff or
Mm.
those different levels of it.
Because
Yeah.
you have to get your ass kicked to get there.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be the most powerful person, right?
Yeah. Good
so
luck. Goku's
uh,
gonna be there.
I would say probably like a Krillin level, because
Ooh.
he has a consistent power that he can always get to and always attain
yeah.
throughout the entire show, including Super.
Oh
where he's
yeah.
then still a force to be reckoned with in,
Oh
in
yeah.
that show.
It's-
and not
it's
to mention
wild.
he's got a badass wife.
Hell yeah. Love 18.
Yeah.
Hell yeah for
Yeah.
18. But yeah, no, that's actually a really good answer because people always like, I want to be Goku, I want to be Vegeta, I want to be Piccolo.
I wanna
I'm
be
like,
I want to be the
Virginia.
human that can get to a chi level
yeah,
and still live a normal life
exactly. Like, it's still possible.
and
It
maybe
is
grow out
whole-
hair.
I want
It's
to be
true.
a good dad,
Yeah.
aka Piccolo.
Yeah, and be Piccolo at the same time. But yeah,
Piccolo
no,
only survives off of water.
Yeah.
true.
Fun fact.
He is a plant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He is a plant. So what about you two? Any ideas of where you would like to be vacationing with possible?
Just because I was thinking about it recently, I guess from King Oger,
Yeah.
the other Earth, Chikyu or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. The
Just
one
'cause
where
there's the 5 kingdoms and whatever. Yeah.
yes, okay. Which that's hard to explain to
Yeah, it's kind
the
of
people.
It's just
Just can you just to explain what King
it's like
Oger is?
medieval theme. That's not really medieval. It's like it's another world. They're like kings. I guess the architecture is more
People
like
don't-
medieval.
Just to explain
say
what the
yeah.
hell King Oger is.
oh,
in
King Oger.
general.
Oh yeah, it's Super Sentai. It's a Super Sentai.
What is
that's-
Super Sentai?
It's Power Rangers.
Okay.
Uh,
so I'm like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
We
narrow
are-
it down to
uh,
anybody?
to
It's a Power Ranger that takes place on another planet that it's for some reason is still in like medieval times, but they're technologically advanced
yes.
still too.
It's like think of it like an alternate universe, but also along with the same universe as humans and Earth.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
It's
but
like
then-
Fire Emblem. I
Yeah,
think.
it is a
Fire
little Fire Emblem.
ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to think about it, like
So
compare
is
it
it
to
like
everything.
suits and helmets and stuff?
Yeah. It's like there's giant robotic bugs walking
Yeah.
around.
So Zords and
Earth
things like
Defense
that.
Force comes
Yeah.
to mind for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. That would be the
That would
worst.
be the worst.
The worst for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
oh yeah, there's bug people.
yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
spider people,
Yeah.
which you're totally fine with spider people.
Yeah.
That you are Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Resident Spider-Man.
Yeah. What about you, Jamal? Anything?
What do they call it when the anime is just like a dude on a planet with just surrounded by beautiful women?
Harem. So you're talking about
like an isekai kind
Yeah,
of.
worlds
isekai.
and
Yeah.
harem.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just give me the best isekai where he's like
Isekai
super
harem, yeah.
powerful, and like him and his like
Oh,
best friends go on these adventures together.
it's
I think
probably gonna
that's
be
what I
like
want.
There's so many.
isekai, or is like another world with my smartphone.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
That's
a-
probably
that's a
what-
good one.
that's
He
probably
ends
what
up
you would be.
having 9 wives,
Yeah, 9
Hey,
wives,
that
and
sounds
he's
good to me.
super
and
powerful.
they're all okay with each other.
Cool.
Yeah, they still want to be number one, but they are not hating each other. They're
Yeah.
just like, I want to be better.
that's a vacation I'd like.
That's what you like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Either that or The Watchmen and make me Dr. Manhattan.
Well, oh my goodness, you create
Oh,
different
alternate
universes.
Very
Yeah.
different.
Because
That's wildly different.
either I'll be, because sometimes I get tired of people. Like, I don't want to be around people, and sometimes I just want to be like Dr. Manhattan and explore the cosmos and just
True.
alienate
yeah.
myself from humans because
You would definitely do it.
Yeah,
You would definitely do it.
that's
But
what
you'd
I would do.
also alienate your emotions, because
That
technically,
too, because that makes you no
have
more
a-
human. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I think to find out what actually exists out there would be more important to me.
Mm.
So if I had the ability to just walk on the surface of the sun and
Yeah, true.
watch things that humans couldn't even comprehend just like happen.
And you'd just be fine with it. You're like, oh,
Yeah, like, oh,
this
that's
makes
cool.
sense.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
while
God.
while
what's up?
a human being be like,
Yeah.
just like explode from the amount of knowledge that just get like even the fraction of a knowledge. Exactly. Like walking into like a black hole and you'd be fine.
Oh yeah, just like come out the other side and be like, what? This is what's on the other side.
Exactly. Or if it's nothing, then you'd be like,
I'm
oh,
at Chuck E. Cheese. What the hell?
at least I know it's nothing.
This is
That's
what
what's on
Radio
the other
Shack
side of the
is.
black hole.
It's Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese,
Oh,
Toys R Us,
It's like the bottom
It's
of
the
hell.
old Chuck E. Cheese too.
It's like
old
the bottom
fat
of the
mouse.
hell
everything that's
is
disappeared.
Burger King.
Blockbusters.
Oh yeah,
What was Radio Shack in this black hole?
you'd go back in time.
That's funny.
To answer mine before we start wrapping up, it's kind of embedded in my chest. Right
Oh,
now.
yeah, it's really good.
Pokemon,
Oh, I was gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh. Damn. Is that Bakugan?
Heart of the Cards. Oh, I love Bakugan, But no, Pokemon.
Beyblade.
Beyblade. Actually, Beyblade's actually pretty sick. Imagine to be able to do that stuff. But I love Pokemon. It's been kind of my thing since I was so little. When I first played Red and Blue, right? And there's been so many different Pokemon out there. Just to be able, like, if for a month, to be able to kind of wander around, or even just have the Pokemon for a month and just kind of be able to hang out with them, or go to gym battles, traveling and all that stuff. That would be so cool. Also, the cuisine would be interesting to try out.
My question is, what would be your starter?
Oh, Vulpix, hands down.
Vulpix.
Vulpix.
What's your transportation?
My transportation
Bike?
would be bike.
Rollerblades?
No, bike.
Okay.
Bike. I think the bike would be the coolest one because we would have like an electronic bike. Now.
I was gonna say, like, what Pokemon would you want to ride?
Oh, to ride? Oh, true.
Just ride a Pokemon.
That is true.
100%.
Charizard? No, not Charizard for me.
Also, Charizard's like 5'3" or 5'7".
Yeah.
He's 5'7" and like, kind of small.
I'm taller than Charizard.
Mudsdale.
Oh, Mudsdale.
The horse.
Oh,
The
yeah,
actual
yeah,
horse.
yeah.
Because he's badass looking, and plus he can deal with the ground a lot. Would be sick. If it was water, Lapras.
Yeah.
Lapras would be sick.
For alligator for me.
For alligator, that's a really good one. But having both different types of Vulpix, you have your regular Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix, and also just to see Pokemon in real life to do crazy things.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. And just to be able to have that real life feeling of catching a Pokemon, battling Pokemon,
Yeah.
and then also eating Pokemon.
Yeah.
Obviously they have supposedly real animals as well along
Outside
with
of
it.
the Pokemon themselves.
Yes, but
Yeah.
other than that, like, haven't you ever thought, what does a Slowpoke's tail taste like? Why is that a delicacy?
I feel like
In
the
that
whole world would be so different, though.
Be so dark
because
though. They could,
it
if
would
they
be.
made like a dark Pokemon.
There would
They
be
have.
there'd be no music.
True.
You wouldn't be able to go to this world and have the theme songs playing.
I mean, no, the Pokemon Center song is actually
True.
Like,
Does it actually come from
Yeah, it
this
comes from
theme?
there.
Do, do, do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually in there.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I ate a Pokemon, Alchemy.
Oh,
The
you
ice cream.
did?
They had the
Yes.
ice cream at the Pokemon Center.
I
that
forgot.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that would be also really cool, right?
Yeah.
I think just the amount of stuff, seeing
Yeah.
how many different Nurse Joys, how many different Officer Jennies that exist out there.
I'd be Brock in that universe.
Oh,
I
man.
would-
You would never open your eyes.
Yeah, I would be Team Rocket.
It was so funny. I was because last Japan trip, I was at a Pokemon Center. I'm like, oh my god,
Check.
Yeah.
I hear Ed Sheeran
Oh,
because his song is at the end credits. of
yes,
Scarlet
you're
and Violet.
right. Ed Sheeran has made a song for Pokemon. So has Post Malone has made a song.
Yeah.
Katy
Or
Perry
no,
has made
he
a
did
song.
a concert.
Oh,
That-
sorry, concert.
He did a cover of
crazy.
that "I Want to Be with You" that song. I can't remember. It's the Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
a
was,
cover of
like,
his
so
song.
confused.
And instead of you know that line where it's like, "I wish like the Cowboys." I forgot what team they changed it to, but it fits like Post Malone.
yeah. It's
so,
probably
it's so
like
weird.
Team Instinct or something like that.
No, it's a team like actual football team that Post
Oh.
Malone likes.
Oh,
Because in the Hootie and the Blowfish song, it's like the Cowboys.
oh,
I cry every time the
Dolphins?
Cowboys. It might be the Dolphins, I think.
could be the
They
Dolphins.
changed,
'Cause
yeah.
I feel like
and
he's
it was
from
so
Florida,
weird
right?
that concert because like there's a song like he makes a reference to like having sex or something, and like in the concert, and like there's a Lugia like flying next to him.
Oh,
Yeah, like did you watch that concert?
no, I never actually
Yeah.
watched it.
It's funny.
I don't know if I want to now. That just sounds weird.
See a Lugia fly in after he's talking about
Yeah.
getting it on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Lugia flies
All
up.
right.
Let's get it on.
Well, I think it's gonna have to be it. I
All
see
right.
a flashing battery about to die
Oh,
on that
no.
screen.
Oh no,
And who
we
knows?
at least made it.
We
in
made
the
it to
time.
the end. That's
we
awesome.
did it.
Thank you so much to anybody who watched and tuned in. I know a few of you are there and you're just hanging in
Appreciate
the
it.
background. Appreciate
Cool,
it.
cool,
as
cool. We love
always.
you all.
Yeah.
We try to do these once a month. The
Try,
times
yeah.
are pretty random. It's just kind of when
It's
we all
unknown.
we all
Yeah.
have time and can maybe get special guests to be a part of the show as well.
Oh yeah. Which,
so-
speaking of, thank you very much, Jamal, for joining us. I hope you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. We had some very. I will say we had some very deep talks with technology and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then we got to kind of ease into a little bit more whimsical fun with our cons and then the worlds and stuff like that. But I think all of together, a very themed input unknown.
Yeah, it's been very good. We
Yeah.
appreciate
Mhm.
you all for being here.
So
We'll see you on the next one, whenever
Yeah.
that will be. Until then, have a good one.
see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.